Is inclusion in your elementary classroom important to you? Want to help build confidence in your learners? Watch this video for these creative drama activities to use today. For the best creative activities for your classroom, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday. If you are passionate about supporting the underdog and want to cultivate a culture of inclusion in your classroom, by the end of this video, you'll have 3 improvisation games to implement today. These are proven successful activities that I've used for the past 11 years on elementary campuses with over 3,000 learners. So now it's your turn. Game 1, zip, zap, zop. So here's how to play. First, begin by having all the participants stand in a circle. Ask the group to repeat the words together. Zip, zap, zop.
Zip.
Zap. Zop.
Zip. Zap. Zop. Zip.
Zap.
Zop.
Okay, now start by introducing the activity. Say something like, imagine that I have a bolt of energy in my hands. To start the game, I will send out the bolt of energy out of my body with a strong forward motion, straight to someone else in the circle and say, zip. Explain that the next person takes the energy and passes immediately to someone else saying, zap. Then that person passes it on to another with a zop. The game continues and the zip, zap, zop sequence is repeated as the energy moves in and around the circle. Sending the energy must be done through eye contact and hand-body gestures so that the recipient is really clear that the energy is coming to them. Take a look.
Zip. Zap. Zop.
Zip.
Zap. Zop.
Zip.
Zap. Zop. Zip. Zap. Zop.
Now, you can play this game with no exclusions or outs, or you can eliminate players throughout when they miss or mess up so that you have the last standing participant. Totally up to you. This game is a great icebreaker and it gets everyone on their feet and their minds engaged and focused. Game number 2, yes and. Okay, so here's how you play. So the purpose of this game is to have players build off of one another's ideas. The basis of this game, and really all improvisation activities, is to facilitate that everyone's contribution is worthy and accepted without judgment. Now, the game requires players to embrace the ideas offered by fellow players. The game starts with someone from the group throwing out an idea. Subsequent players will respond with a yes and, followed by an idea that adds to the previous player's statement. Take a look.
I love going to my English class.
Yes, and my English teacher is amazing.
Yes, and I love to read poetry.
Yes, and I read poems to kids in class.
Yes, and I read them very happily.
Yes, and everybody always applauds.
Now, you can do this with as many players as you would like. You can work with this game as few as 2, or include the entire circle of players to add on to the idea or the story. See how far and where the story goes.
Yes, and I love to perform in front of my class.
Yes, and the kids love to watch me perform.
Yes, and poems are my favorite thing.
Yes, and I'm kind of annoying.
Yes, and I wrote a poem about being annoying.
Yes, and it was a huge hit with my friends.
The end.
Good stuff, huh? So hey, do you have a good improv activity that you've used before? Comment below with your best suggestion. I'd love to hear your ideas and share it with everyone. Okay, and so now on to our 3rd game, the professor. So here's how you play the professor. So the purpose of this activity is to cultivate quick thinking, working as a team, and certainly it's improvisation at its best. Just when you think something is headed one direction and it goes completely different way, what next? How do you react? Begin by getting 4 or more volunteers from the group to line up in front of the audience. This group is the professor. Then ask for an open-ended question from the audience or the rest of the group. Now, an open-ended question is one that cannot be answered by yes or no. The question is asked, and then one by one, the professor will answer the question using only 1 word per person. The professor should repeat the question in the answer. So it goes a little something like this.
Question number 87.
Why is drama so important?
It's a great question, Professor. The question is, why is drama so important?
Drama.
Is
So,
Important.
Because
it
let's
Us
know
how
to
have
a
good
time
and
conversation.
with
other
kids.
Period.
Okay, so there you go. Now you know 3 fun improvisation activities that you can use in your classroom. I realize it can be difficult to remember them all. Never fear. I've written a free ebook on these very 3 improv activities that you can download now and keep for your reference. If you want to join a community of passionate educators just like you, I have a secret society where I share up-to-date creative ideas, activities, and even life hacks to help you when your brain is fried and you need a little creative inspiration. Also, if you like this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribe and share it with your fellow educators, and comment with bravo if this video helped ignite your creativity. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.